Alright, so let's talk about rationalizing when it comes to limits. Here we have the limit as x approaches 4 of the square root of x minus 2 over x minus 4. So this is a huge issue because if we use direct substitution and put the 4 in, we're going to get 0 over 0. And we know we can't have that as an answer. We can't factor this because there's nothing to factor, so our next option would be trying to conjugate it or rationalize it using the conjugate. So we talked a little bit in class how that your conjugate is going to be whatever your square root is, just the change in sign. So your conjugate is going to be the square root of x plus 2. You can't just have that because you can't multiply by that. It would be changing the problem, so we have to divide by it as well. So once you have the conjugate written out, we're going to multiply across. So technically we have two binomials here, two things with two terms in it, so we're going to FOIL. So first, the square root of x times the square root of x is just itself. So first, outer, you get 2 square roots of x. Inner, you're going to get negative 2 square roots of x, and then you're left with a negative 4. This is why the conjugate is so helpful. Your inside and your outside terms are going to cancel. So because those cancel, your square roots will disappear. And we're just left with x minus 4 as our numerator. Now our denominator, we're going to leave it the way it is. I don't want to multiply that out. It's going to get super messy, super fast. So we have this. What happens next? Look at that. X minus 4s are going to cancel. So you're left with the limit as x approaches 4 of 1, don't forget that 1 there, the square root of x plus 2. Now we can go ahead and substitute the 4 in because we've got rid of the problem, that x minus 4 on the bottom. So if we substitute 4 in, you get the square root of 4, which is 2. So you're left with 1/4 as your answer. So that's what the conjugate does. Let's try another one. Here you can see, it's got a pretty color. You can see in your numerator that we have 2 square roots. We've got the square root of x, or 5 plus x, and we've got the square root of 5. So that's going to be what we take the conjugate of. So we'll have 5 plus x under the square root, and then we're going to have an addition sign. This is the only sign that you change right here. Plus the square root of 5. Can't just do it once, you've got to do it in the bottom as well. So you have square root of 5 plus x plus the square root of 5. Alright, so let's multiply those together. Let's multiply our numerator. When you multiply two terms with square roots, the square roots go away because the square of a square root is just itself. So we have 5 plus x. So that's our first term. Our inner and our outer terms for FOIL are going to cancel out. So I'm not even going to write them down. And I'm going to jump right to my last term. Look at the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, which is the square root of 25, which I know is just 5. Look at my signs, it's going to be a negative 5. So that is over my new denominator, x, times, I'm going to put this in parentheses, just to keep it clean, the square root of 5 plus x plus the square root of 5. Now look at your numerator. You have 5 minus 5, so when you collect like terms, your 5s are going to go away. So you're left with the limit as x approaches 0 of x over this new denominator plus the square root of 5. Now look at that. Our x's are going to cancel. This is what you want to happen. You need your x's to cancel because when we were substituting 0 in, you got a 0 in the denominator because of that x. But we just got rid of it. So now we're going to be able to substitute 0 in for x. So in the numerator you have a 1. You still have a value there. It's a square root of 5 plus x plus root 5. X is 0, so this kind of goes away to 0. So our answer is 1 over the square root of 5 plus the square root of 5. Now no need to change that to a decimal. If you want to clean it up a little bit, you can do 1 over 2 Oh, 2 square roots of 5. All right, so there's your answer. Now, I want you to try a couple for homework tonight. Here they are. They're also on It's Learning on the main page. All right, hope you have a great day.